Look at this. I got headphones on. I got a mic going. Baby.
If
Huh?
only people could see you now.
Hey, no video. We've gone through this before.
All right,
No
all right,
video.
all right. Welcome to This Commerce Life. This is a podcast aimed at small, medium entrepreneurs focused on commerce. I'm Phil, your host, and Kenny, your co-host, will join us as well. And we're going to talk to you about the world of retail and commerce and how things are changing in the world. It's just us knuckleheads today, so if you're upset about that, you should probably sign off now.
Sign off now, baby. Sign off now. Don't put yourself to the aggravation you don't need.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
Kenny and I were talking about this beforehand because Kenny and I talk a lot. But I was saying that last week I was feeling pretty not get up and go. Like I was just feeling generally pretty burnt out, I think. And then weirdly enough, I got my booster shot on the weekend, which made me feel worse, except that I managed to get like 2 whole nights of sleep actually, which made things, so I feel lots of get up and go, and I feel Kenny feels like he has less get up and go.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm dying here. I shut myself my video off again. What's happening?
So
honestly,
anyway, so I think we're all kind of there at the end of the year. So if you,
I just want this, I want this to be over right now.
Yeah,
I'm just tired.
yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
I'm just tired.
Well, I think too, we haven't had any vacation really this year, like a handful
Not like
of days.
we used to.
No, yeah, there's no weeks of like dialing out or kind of like expanding your mind, going somewhere new. There's none of that, right? Like, yeah. So I think all of that plays into some of this.
I think it does too. I think it's just I think I think I need a beach. Just a nice beach and a beer.
We were talking about that, how things change, right? Like, because at the beginning of the year, we were kind of like, we were asking the kids, like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And it was kind of like a mixed bag of like, oh, maybe we should go to, if we could go to a cosmopolitan city like London or Paris or something and be able to run around the city. And then there was like half of us, maybe a beach would be nice. And then I think when I asked the kids the other day, they were all like 100%. It was beach,
sun.
beach, sun.
Yeah, totally.
Something that we can swim till we're tired, lie down and sleep till we're not tired. And
totally.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to book something. I wanted to book something this week.
Yeah.
Right. I really did. I thought, you know what? I'll book something this week.
Yeah.
But
you said, no, I have to do the podcast. I can't go. And Amelia said, yes, honey, you're right.
No, that's not even close. no, not even close. No,
come on, close. Man.
No, because that would mean, it's the stupid bug.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're allowed to go. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know it's an advisory now, but I don't want to be stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't say that. I don't care if I get stuck in Hawaii or Mexico. I mean, there are a lot worse places I get stuck in.
I'd want to get stuck in Hawaii.
It's the complications of it, right? Yeah. I don't want to be, you know what I mean? It's just, it's just silly right now. I just don't know I don't know what we're supposed to do. I know what they want us to do.
Yeah.
I do. I get it. But I think I'm tired. I'm just tired of doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I think we just, like you said, I think we just need to get away.
Yeah.
I really want some sun. I want to go like with a beach and a couple books. And like, even if I, when you read that one page and you fall asleep.
Yeah.
And you read another page and you fall. So by the time you read 10 pages, you've slept 12 hours on the beach. That's what I want.
Yeah. I got you.
That's what I want.
That would be nice.
10,
that
12
makes me
days
smile, actually.
Yeah. That's what I want.
But
okay.
What can you do? We didn't come on just to talk vacation though. We thought we'd review a little. We actually, since the last time that the 2 knuckleheads were on, we've had some like really cool episodes,
had a good month.
Right? Yeah, we had a really good month. Like we had it's not quite a month, like they don't quite line up right, but really close. So like we had Mimi and Glenson, who run Celadon House here in Ontario, on the show, family run business. We had Rohan Marley on, who runs an altogether different family business.
Yeah, a little higher, a little more money.
Yeah, a little bit
business.
different. right? A little bit different.
Okay.
But then we had Andrew Kinnear on, and Andrew also runs a family business, which is kind of cool. He runs it with his wife, and they run Yellow Fruit. And then we had Neil's Real Deal, and also a different family business, right? That's run
But he
by
runs
Neil
with his
and,
wife
and
as
his
well.
wife, right? Yeah, and then that one's even more interesting because it involves, kind of 4 generations of family and
Right.
things like that. The only one that's different out of that is Social Nature. So Annalea Krabs and Jessica Malik were on last, right, with their
right
with their Discovery Network. But yeah,
right.
yeah,
Well, they could be our family.
yeah, they are
We'll
like
do that.
family.
See, then it was all family show. The whole thing was a family show.
Yeah. But very
It was
cool,
interesting.
though.
That was a cool one.
Yeah.
I was more surprised that, it's funny if you think of it, 3 of the 5 were husband wife partners, right? But it's interesting when families can do business together like that. That's pretty cool without killing each other, right? Because it's a grind, right?
We don't know if
we don't know if they're not killing each other. I shouldn't say that. You're right. Right. I mean, the guys all did seem kind of beat up. So
yeah.
I don't know what that means, but yeah, they looked a little rough.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, Andrew Kinnear and Claire, sorry, Claire, I'm gonna get your name wrong, but Claire Lysnes, Lysnes. Lysnes? Anyway.
I have no idea.
Husband and wife. Andrew
and wife
Claire.
Team. But it was cool, right?
Yeah.
But that was a cool story, right? Because again, it was one of those ones we had a month of where, like, the difference between Neil and his family, this is 4 generations just passionate about that particular food, and they were going to put it on the market because the world needed it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
You got the immigrants who come in, and it's probably one of the easiest things for them to do is start a restaurant because they did that back home. So it kind of flowed through. But Yellow Fruit wasn't that way. Yellow Fruit there was no thing for bananas, or oh my God, we need to do a banana ice cream, not ice cream idea, right? That was the one I thought was a little fascinating because it wasn't a built-in passion. Like for 30 years, all they talked about was bananas.
Yeah, no, nothing like that, right? Like, I think they have a family allergy, and so it started there, but then there wasn't any, and they just, and then that one's funky because he probably, more than any other entrepreneur, like, he saw a market need for it, right? He saw a market need for it,
either,
and then he figured out the economics fast, right? Like, both of those are very unusual.
That was bizarre always. The fact that he actually thought about the economics, talked about scaling, talked about, like, he understood the mess he was getting into with refrigeration and cold chain. Like, I thought, buddy, like, usually
it's
people walk into that without knowing squat, and then get just trounced, right? Because it's a tough gig.
Yeah.
But he had it, I don't know, he seemed to have it pretty figured out. Like, he really went in thoughtful. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
I thought was pretty impressive. That's a tough segment of the store. Like, tough segment.
It is,
right?
Frozen, and then expiry dates, movements, direct to store. Like, it's just, like, logistics is crazy there, right? Like, you
and
gotta,
it's expensive.
Yeah, you gotta really know what you're doing to be in that space.
Or
you gotta be really ballsy, right? Like, really ballsy. So
I think so too. And it's definitely an area that lights up. Like, if people haven't looked, like, if listeners haven't checked, go check a set when there's special signs or sale signs.
Yeah.
And in the freezer section, more than any other section of the store, those sections hop when there's a price reduction. Like, they hop. So it is fueled by a lot of high-low, which is really another challenge.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that the buyers in that area are interesting on a good day.
Yeah.
That you have cold chain. There's a lot of complications. So if you can do it in there, man, good on you.
Yeah.
Like, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's really cool. It's really cool. Like, I thought that was story. And then, like, Neil and his family, like, 4 generations, and then being able to make this stuff. Like, he's got, it's funny, right? Because Kenny and I were talking about him after, because he wants to be the biggest he can be, but
he's probably almost already there, because it's going to be really tough to do it just on your own.
Yeah.
because you know
Yeah.
he's out running around store to store, and he gets to know everybody, and that's wonderful. But
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is
Have
so not
Have you gotten
scalable.
your stuff yet or not yet?
No, but it's
Okay.
Canada Post, right? I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's and you've got like you've been in kind of a wet region a little
Oh,
bit.
man, we're finally
Just
opening.
a
We're
little, just
finally
a little.
opening the main highway, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Finally.
yeah. So
So
it'll
goods
get there.
should flow.
Well,
Yeah, it should.
your mom's chocolate just got there.
Oh, my mom was super stoked this weekend. She sent me a
Yeah,
text.
I got adopted this weekend.
I think you pretty much did.
No,
I
I
think.
did because she actually, I'll read you the note.
What
So
did my mom
I
say?
sent, so I sent Kenny's mom Aunt Sarah's chocolates because we love Aunt Sarah. And so
Good
we sent her
chocolates, man.
chocolates because she, honestly, she's just looked after me all year, right? So every
And she
time I
bakes and
ask
stuff,
for
right?
biscotti, she sends some. If I'm there, she rushes and she makes me some, So this time I was there, I easily gained 10 pounds just eating the cookies out of Kenny's
She was
house.
upset, by the way, that she didn't
Like,
make you anything. When
what?
she got the chocolate, she goes, she left, sent me a note. She goes, I didn't even make him anything this time.
What?
Oh my
I ate
God.
half of your chocolate,
I
your
told her that. I
cookies.
said he
Like,
was into my cookies. Say same,
yeah,
same.
yeah,
No, she
same,
was
same.
no, she was all over the fact that she hadn't made you anything.
So she said this. She said, "To my thoughtful new grandson, thank you once again for the awesome chocolates."
How'd you make grandson? You're my age.
I don't know, but I'm okay with that.
Oh
I'm
my
on the same
God.
level with Daniel now, so
That's awesome.
it's
Jesus.
awesome. So,
I'll let Daniel know. I say, listen, Phil's
yeah,
taking
yeah,
a
I'm
chunk
taking
out
your
of you,
spot
buddy.
now. So
That's
move over,
awesome.
buddy.
I told you, man, you don't know how much my mom loves chocolate.
Hey,
And good
it's
chocolate,
like two
especially.
things I love now, right? I love your mom, and then I love like Sarah and her chocolates, right?
Oh,
So
I
I
love
was able
Sarah's.
to
I
put
love her
those together.
chocolates.
So yeah,
They're
they're really
so
good.
good. Like they're
Yeah,
just so good.
yeah.
And they
So anyway,
traveled well, obviously, because I think my mom was in them right away.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, but I ordered those for context. I should find it. It's really bad on it because I don't actually order off the site anymore. I just kind of WhatsApp Sarah, and then Sarah figures out.
That's funny.
So I ordered those a month ago, November 25th.
It's about right.
No, last time it got there, like
it's about
7
right
days
for
it got
right
there.
now.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
Listen, we sent a letter, a CRA letter, November 30th. When I told you that, it got there on Friday.
Yeah.
November
So right
30th.
now it's, so your stuff is coming, but it might be like into the new
year. It should be this. No, I got a feeling it might be this week. We might get lucky.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. But I sent Kenny some Neil's Real Deal, so
I'm pretty stoked. I can't wait to try it. I really I think because if we get it before Christmas, it'd be huge because my brother-in-law likes some heat.
Okay.
And my daughter, well, hopefully my daughter's coming in today or tomorrow.
Okay. Awesome.
Well, we're worried about that too because the roads are gonna be shitty. But,
yeah. So Neil's Real Deal, yellow fruit, and then I think Celadon House. They may close again because of all of our.
Yeah, but those go back to takeout anyway.
Yeah.
Those two figured out the game.
I feel bad for that. They actually added. Yeah, they closed their dining room again. So they're on takeout, which is great. But they also added dim sum to their menu.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's an experiential dim sum. I was checking, and what they've done now is they've added it's like a dim sum box, and so you can order like a pre-made or pre-set dim sum menu for two sort of thing, and then you go home and just prep it. But it comes with everything. Yeah, frozen dim sum meal
like the
kits.
normal stuff.
So it has 4 hagao, and then 4 spinach and shrimp hagao, and then 4 shrimp and pork siu mai, and then 3 beef balls, 4 barbecue pork buns, 3 pork and vegetable bean curd rolls, and then 2 steamer paper liners. So if you don't have, the steamers, they do it for you, and then they give you homemade spiced chili garlic oil and a pot serving of either green jasmine tea or roasted corn tea. Feeds 2 to 3 people.
That's not bad. How much?
Yeah, $30. 35
that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Dim sum's the best that way. Dim sum is honestly, dim sum's cheap.
Like that's That's a
Dude,
cool little.
that's enough
That's
food
a
too.
cool
Like that's
little kit. Yeah,
I like that.
2 to 3 people, right? It feeds.
Oh, they'll crush it. They'll
Yeah,
crush it with
it's
that
pretty
one.
cool, you know.
Oh yeah, I think
And then
that's
if we're going
awesome.
back to takeout, it's also a really great, you know,
It's
like
super easy for takeout.
yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
so
good
it's
for
cool.
them.
So it's cool.
They got a
Yeah.
cool thing though. They're tough gig. Restaurant business, not fun. I mean, can be fun, but it's tough, right? Especially with this last year. I mean, the amount of restrictions. I mean, it's unbelievable. You want to decimate an industry. Jeez.
It's an interesting thing though, right? Because if you think of like, so obviously I know them, they're family friends, but like I don't know what their hopes and dreams are. But like success is such a different form for each of these guys. Like
Yeah.
you look at with these two, they don't want to open, like never in our conversation was it about more than one restaurant, right? They didn't want to see more than one Celadon house. All they wanted to do was make great food, be able to pay for bills and then get their kids through school.
Yeah.
And now their kids are through school and they're still doing it and they're actually iterating and making it cooler.
Yeah.
So to me, that's amazing, right? But then you look at like Neil and his form of successes, he wants to be the biggest sauce he can be, right? Like the caveats being he hasn't figured out whether he's okay with letting go of homemade yet. Or kind of that.
Neil needs some help because Neil like he's just got to articulate
decide what he wants to do, right?
Just get your vision down better. What do you really want?
Yeah.
Like because when someone says, "Well, I want to be the best in the world," that's awesome. Everybody does. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Right? Do you want to be the best? How big is this world? Because and if people listen to that one, that was the only thing that is going to be a real challenge for him. He's going to be great if he wants. He's already great. He's doing his thing. But if he wants to be big, he cannot do it the way he's doing it. I'm sorry. It's just not possible. Because he's still doing almost hand delivery, like you can't do it, man. This country's way too big.
Yeah.
Way too big. He's going to have to trust the distributor. I mean, he could pick a couple good ones, lots out there, but he's going to have to really sit back and say, okay, how do I drive this now maybe from 20,000 feet, not 10? Because to scale, I think he's got to get to 50,000 feet. Do you know what I mean? He's got to, you got to get up there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
you can still have some of it, but
I also think, I also think in there, because I think you've got some big points, right? And I think it's like there are certain things in the secret, literally in his secret sauce that you should keep as close to handmade as you can.
100%.
Right? Like, because those are the things that define who you are. But you're right. Like, until you know how big you can be, you don't know if you have sacred cows that you can't move, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or or success is quite simply going, I cannot change part of this recipe. It can only be as good as it can only be as big as I can make it, as fast as I can make it.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that either. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Agree.
And maybe his world of getting out there and bigger is maybe it's going to be more shipping out. And he's going to do it all from a kitchen, a third-party kitchen, but where he controls the world. It's going to be tough to go across any country, ours in particular, because it's so large with so little in between, without using a different model. Like if he wanted to conquer the GTA, I mean, he'll be exhausted, but he could do it.
Yep.
But he'd have to probably pick a couple hundred stores, and again, you're getting past that. I think it's tough, right? Because I know he really wanted to almost deliver each order and handshake and talk. But you know what it's like, Phil. That's really your city's not small. Toronto is a grind. If you go from one end to the other,
even to do the 200 stores that he had, right? That's pretty amazing.
Well, he was up even in Ottawa. Right? Did he have stores there? You told me, or
he did. He had some stores really far away.
So those are hikes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I liked him because I can't wait to try the product. I'm dying to try the product.
I use the jalapeno in my eggs now.
That's awesome. He'll love you for that.
It's amazing. And then I use the Scotch bonnet in my burgers, actually.
Oh, that's a good place.
Amazing. Yeah, they're amazing. But I
pretty stoked.
haven't tried marinating meat with them because I'm reluctant to use that much of it in one place. So because I don't want to blow it all. So
it stretches though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's quite versatile, and then there's still quite a bit of it. Like, so you could eat it like sometimes. Honestly, it's good enough. I just eat it like salsa. It's
Really?
fantastic. Yeah, it's really
Hmm.
good.
I honestly, you know what it is? I think
Yeah,
I'm still struggling to figure out what the hell this thing is.
yeah,
I
yeah,
really want to try to see. I'm really
yeah.
dying to try it.
I
Right?
I think to me, like, so I honestly think the hardest thing he's up against is that when you say sauce, we're so dominated by like liquid, kind of vinegary sauces like the Frank's Red Hot and things
Yeah.
like that, that when you get into this kind of idea of like a tapenade or, or
A
some sort
spread.
of like a spread, we don't really do that, right? But
No,
we could, right? So, and
you
Asia
could.
does a lot of it. Like satay is 100% the same category. It's like a
Right.
spread, right? Like you
Right.
can marinate with it, you can
Right.
cook with, you can add it on top, and it's fine, right? So he is in that category, but we just don't do a lot of it here.
Don't you guys have what's there's the chili pepper spread, the grandma one. There's a Chinese one that's a
Yeah,
branded
yeah,
that's sort of like that.
yeah, yeah,
Like the
yeah,
Italians have one that's very similar
yeah,
that where it's the peppers, but it's more it's no, you can
yep,
do it as a wet rub.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
do it into your sauce,
yeah,
stir. You can
yeah,
put it on a piece of bread, but you can't call it a sauce.
yeah,
See, because I'm with you, a sauce, I'm
yeah.
thinking, okay, without your VH, that's pretty,
Sriracha,
that srirachas,
HP,
HPs, anything in
A1.
there. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter
yeah,
what it is, but that's where
yeah,
you are.
yeah.
And I don't know if that's where he wants to be. See, because
I don't know.
this sounds more like almost like salt and pepper and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and like a true like
Like a
you add
marinade.
this to
Yeah,
really give it a
yeah,
kick, or you can use it
yeah,
as a
yeah,
marinade, or you could use it
yeah,
actually as a spice.
yeah. So what do you call it?
Not
It's complicated. He's
well,
walked into a marketing mystery and he doesn't even know it yet.
no, he doesn't know it yet. Well, you know what it is because he's selling it all by himself still, right? Again, so once you scale,
Yeah,
how do you?
yeah,
It's going to be
yeah.
tough on the
It's
message.
complicated. It's complicated.
Doable,
Yeah,
doable,
yeah. It's
right?
complicated.
And he's
Yeah,
passionate enough about it, so I'm sure he'll make a go of it. But I really
yeah,
liked it. I liked his story. I liked him too. He was kind of fun.
yeah.
Got
And then
a
Rohim
good
was
person.
cool. Rohim was very cool.
Rose is
Like
cool
he
because
was
the
just
family's cool, right?
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, they
yeah,
got a lot of stuff going
yeah.
on, and the fact that the older brothers and sisters get in your grill to make sure you're
Uh,
doing the right things.
why am I in
All
business?
that.
Because my sister, brothers,
My
and
sister and
sisters
brother
kick
told me
my
I had
ass.
to go fool around, get
Yeah, yeah,
nothing,
yeah,
or do something and get
yeah,
something,
yeah.
right? But still, I
But
mean, again, it's all family stuff though, right? It sounds like they all put, they're all pressured to contribute and do their
yeah,
part.
there's a lot to do with success,
Yeah,
right?
doesn't sound
So
like it's a free ride,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny because after that, we're focused on a story, and then my daughter, right, Rachel, who sings, was like, "Hey, wait, that's Rohan Marley." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, that's Rohan Marley." And she said, "He's the one that was married to Lauren Hill,"
Yeah.
and I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And she goes, "Did you ask about it?" I go, "No, like we we're worried about his business story. I didn't get into his life or anything. Like we got into him and his journey, right? But
Well, he's got the kids. I think he had 5 or 6 kids
yeah,
with Lauren
yeah,
Hill,
yeah, yeah. In total,
right?
he's got like 11 kids or
11
something like
kids,
that, right?
which
And
is same with
then
the old man had,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
But
why? Yeah,
I just
I
think
love when
it's
people.
cool,
Why
right?
would you?
Like,
Why would we talk? You gotta talk. Wait, Rachel, why would we ask him about Lauren Hill? Where
wow.
were you going?
It'd be cool to ask him about Lauren Hill, but it's not really our thing, right?
No,
So
it's not. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe over a beer I'd ask him. But what do you ask him? How was it? Like, how was it?
I
I
don't
mean, I
know.
mean,
Like I don't know.
obviously it was pretty
Yeah,
good because they had 5 kids
yeah,
together,
yeah,
right? So
yeah, yeah,
obviously they're
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
happy.
yeah, 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 yeah. So anyway, but I
It's
thought his
funny.
story was cool, and
I
then
love his story.
know, and I love that he's kind of the guy behind like the Marley music stuff and the headphones and the speakers, like the
Yeah,
House of Marley stuff. So, because it's nice stuff. So
and
yeah,
and all the clothing, all the tough gone, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. That's very cool.
It's got.
Very
It's
cool.
like it is cool. I mean, but it also shows you it doesn't matter what the name is. There are things that do well, things that don't. Like you can
Yeah,
have failures,
yeah,
at any sort of level, right?
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
name will carry you, but the name only
yeah,
carries you so far. Like sooner or later, products
yeah.
have to be
No,
good. Like,
you gotta make shit happen, right? Otherwise, it doesn't
well,
work.
it doesn't
So
happen, right? Exactly.
yeah,
And I've
yeah,
got the headphones. I like the Marley
yeah.
headphones. I have a what do you call it? Like a sound bar or
A
whatever you
sound
want to
bar,
call it.
yeah, yeah.
I
I have
like
the
it,
same. Yeah,
right? I
yeah,
like it. I like their stuff. I think it's actually cool. That looks good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's really cool.
no,
Yeah.
it was good.
And then we turned out a great big episode. I didn't realize how long it was.
We talked for a long time
The
with
Annalea and
the two
the
ladies there.
Jessica one, it's so long. Like I didn't realize how long it was.
Yeah, we talked a long time.
Yeah.
And I think most of it was in the
really
back
cool
half of
things.
the interview. I think we all four of us got excited.
Yeah. If you didn't make it that far, or you wanted to listen to it in two segments,
Good in two shots. It's worth it.
Yeah, because the back half is we got into like what they could do.
Right.
And like Kenny and I both see, just a good chunk of usage in there.
From a buyer's perspective,
Yeah.
I think what they do is incredible, because the stuff you got like almost 1 million like hardcore, like true users of stuff, right? Like that's pretty impressive. I still want to figure out how to use these guys, because I still don't know the process, right?
Yeah.
Probably because I tune in and tune out, right? But I'll have to ask Jessica one day, like what do you actually do? Like, do you go down and say, hey, here, you know what?
Yeah.
Can you do 1,000 people? And what does that mean?
I think you do. I think you could do a couple of things. So let's say you and I launch Phil and Kenny's pistachios.
Like
fair trade, homegrown. I'm going to get it all wrong. Gluten-free, keto-friendly pistachios.
I
know, right?
Okay. Good.
But anyway, so if we did that and we said, hey, we want to be able to test out how this works. I think the way this works is we would give them shots of our packaging so they could put it on the website, and then we would commit to X number of samples, and then they would put it up, right, and see people in different communities and see if anyone wants to be able to try the product. So they would, we wouldn't give them samples, we would give them coupons. And then people would go to a store and buy them and then give us feedback via social nature.
I was saying, you know what I didn't understand? Like, how's the redemption work? Is this clearinghouse?
Yeah, it's
like,
clearinghouse. It depends on your
before
retailer.
The debit comes in? Like, I'm trying to think from
I don't know. I think it's like a regular retailer. So I think because you would go to Loblaw, like let's say you and I are listed at Loblaws, Longo's, kind of your normal places. That's where you would go with your coupon. So you would show up at the till and go, hi, I've got my can of pistachios. Here's the, and then Loblaws would do it through clearinghouse, right?
So when would we get debited?
Whenever Loblaws decides
like 6 months down the road, 4 months down the road.
It could be 3 months actually.
See, I didn't want to get
I think
into
it normally is like 3 months ish.
It could be. I think maybe it could be a little, because the reason I was trying to understand it is, as you know, if you're a small business, that's awesome. What's not so awesome if you're a small business is waiting 3 or 4 months for the cash flow.
Yeah, you got to accrue for it, right?
Right. So you have to be cognizant, set aside
money for it.
Yeah, I need to put this aside and hold. So you need some discipline on that too, because again, it's not rocket science. It's not hard to think, but you got to think of those things.
Yeah.
You give 1,000 bags away and it's $5 a bag.
Yeah.
Do you have
you got to pay for that, right?
Kitty?
Like,
right. And
you got to pay for that, right? And you got to pay for it when it shows up.
It's not like they forgot. It just takes time.
Yeah. There's no timing either, right? So it's literally like you put away the money and then it just sits there until it shows up, right? So, and then at some point we used to set it aside for a year, because like once you set the coupons free, you can put an expiry, but usually expiries are 12, 18 months, right?
It can be. I mean, they can be shorter, but then there's quasi arbitrary too, because a lot of the retailers
they'll probably honor them anyway. Yeah.
So once they take them, means you're taking them.
You're going to honor them,
right,
as well. Otherwise, you face the consequences.
Now, did they say though there was no we're gonna have to have them back on because I need more mechanics. So was there a digital option on those where you could get, so if it was a coupon that was actually for the like if you did a London Drugs, you wouldn't have to wait 3 months because they clear their own coupons. Right. So you could do something.
Could be much faster.
Yeah. You could have it in a month.
Yeah.
Again, better for cash flow.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the debit.
Yeah. The predictability is better.
Yeah. At least I know what I'm doing.
100%.
And I built it.
Yeah,
I'll have to ask her next time.
Yeah. That's interesting.
But I'm still trying to understand it better because I think it's really cool. I just don't get it. I don't really say I get the concept. I don't get how
Yeah,
how the
yeah,
mechanics really work.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
more
I
curious
get
about
it.
that side.
I get it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so very interesting, but some pretty cool episodes. And
Yeah, good month.
then we're actually booked up.
Are we recording next week?
I think I lost track, but I actually think that we
I
are
think you're
booked
to
up until
February.
February now.
Yeah, I think you're mid-February.
Yeah, I think so. 1 second. Let's collapse those out and then let's just see. Yeah, February 10th, and I'm sure. Oh yeah, I think I've missed somebody as well.
I think you
So
probably missed a couple people too, right?
probably actually the end of February is what we're booked out till.
That's okay. That's
We have
good.
some really cool ones there too.
Yeah,
like really
Are we
cool.
doing next week? Are we recording next week?
So next week, I think next week is going to be our holiday hangout. I just haven't sent anything yet, which isn't a very good hangout if I don't send something.
Oh, unless it's just me you hanging out again.
Yeah,
I mean,
no. So last year we did a like 2 hours of hanging out.
I think we did 3, 2 hours.
I think we did
an hour,
3.
An hour and a half is probably enough.
I think this time we're gonna do 90 minutes to 2 hours.
I think 90 minutes is like the sweet spot.
But yeah, so we did do a holiday hangout. It's the 20th, so that gives people almost. If we do it the 30th, right, which is next Thursday, so I'll just give people enough time to.
Okay.
Yeah. Should send that. Maybe I'll send that today.
Yeah, I'm going back into a spreadsheet, so I'm not doing it.
There's one more thing. So if people lasted this long, on the website you will see something called a Patreon button. And if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a site where you can go to support us. So if you love us, and you wanted to help out with covering, because there's some costs that we incur to run the website and put up episodes and all that kind of stuff. So there's a Patreon button. You can be a Patreon. It's really cheap. I think it's $3 a month right now, but you could give us some cash, and that would be okay. That would help us keep all the lights on and pay for Kenny's fancy mic.
Yeah, cover some of this stuff. But all adds up, right?
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you don't and you want to throw something at us, you can do that too. You can reach out and throw something at us virtually. Or if you're in Vancouver and you want to throw something at Kenny,
that's fine.
Just email me. I'll give you his address. You can swing by and throw an egg or something.
That's all good.
But yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a Patreon episode or a Patreon button. If you feel like it, go on there and give us some love. That would be amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, that one's awkward for us because I don't think either of us like to.
I don't think we've ever liked that side of it, right?
No.
It's just as it gets larger, which it is. It's just the time and the monies to get all the other stuff behind it.
Yeah. But
it would be nice too if you had ideas of guests. That would be cool too.
We would love it.
I
think continue to do that, and then there's actually a survey coming out soon. We would love to hear from you guys as well. So we'll flag it when it comes out, but we would love it if you filled in the survey once that's available as well, because that would help us, kind of keep making things better.
Yeah.
Better.
Tailor it better for whatever people want to listen to.
Yeah.
Not that we'll listen necessarily, but you never know. We might.
We're not. I think we're good listeners. Are we good implementers? Maybe slightly less good implementers. Less good.
Yeah, not as more better.
Whatever. Yeah, it's more better. We want to make it more better. That's what Kenny would say.
That's it. That's all we want to do, baby.
That's it. That is it. That is it for the episode.
Nothing else for you, my friend.
We will not talk to you guys before
before
Christmas again. So Merry Christmas to all of our listeners. We thank you so much for listening. We
enjoy
appreciate
the season,
that you're hanging out with us.
Celebrate Christmas or not. Hang up, spend some time with family and friends.
Yeah, and then really stop and take a break, hang out.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath, get some sleep, get some rest, plan a vacation, kind of do the things.
Just spend some time with people you really like to spend time with.
Yeah.
It's true. Enjoy the season.
Yeah.
It's nice. It should be a nice time of year. It seems very stressful because it's the end of the year and there's a lot of stuff going on, but try to enjoy it. It's a nice time of year.
Yeah.
All good.
Awesome.
Okay, my friend.
All right. That is all.
Okay, I guess we'll chat with you probably later this week.
Yeah, probably. Actually, I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you for
Sure.
listening.
Thanks for listening.